Channel. No place on Earth has better weather.
This segment of the 5-Day Business Planner is brought to you by Kelly Services, your employment source.
And the next 5 days takes us into the beginning of the weekend, featuring another shot of September weather for a lot of us in the east and Midwest. Meanwhile, those of you in the west, it's either going to be hot or it's going to be stormy with a monsoonal moisture. There it is in a nutshell. Here it comes down the pike for the second week in a row. Another chilly Canadian high. It's your friendly weather factor, by the way. If you don't like heat and humidity, you don't like to run the air conditioner, you're going to save a few pennies here as this high builds in towards Minneapolis and Chicago, Waukegan, Naperville, Winnetka. A beautiful, beautiful day in the Windy City outdoors for lunch down there at Oak Street Beach. Meanwhile, back east, before we can get the cooler, drier air in, you'll have to deal with a bit of a nor'easter. Not a whole lot of wind, but some rain. Boston, up towards Portsmouth, New Hampshire. If you're going up I-95 towards Portland and Bangor, you'll need the rain gear and the jacket because temperatures tomorrow will be struggling to get much above 70. Once this low moves out of the way, then we can get the drier air in place, and that will set the stage for those of you in the Northeast for some beautiful weather. If you remember how nice it was late last week and last weekend, just as nice, maybe even nicer for you this weekend, or at least the tail end of the week. Here comes the old blue line. This is a cold front, and again, it's very unusual to see two cold fronts, let alone one cold front, make it all the way down towards the Gulf of Mexico in early August. This is normally the hottest time of the year across the country, and with this front to the south and this high building in with cool air right out of Canada, we're going to see temperatures afternoon highs in some places 15, maybe 20 degrees below average by the tail end of the week. But enjoy it while you can. You know the dog days of summer will come back. South of the front, from the Big Easy, especially through the Florida Panhandle and into the state of Florida, you may have to dodge some showers and storms if you're out at the theme parks in Orlando, going out to the beaches around Panama City or Destin. Look out, because this is typical Floridian weather, the afternoon storms. Also typical in July and August is the monsoonal wind flow. Now remember, monsoon just means seasonal reversal of the winds. Instead of the wind coming in from the west, the winds are now coming in from the south and southeast, bringing moisture in from Mexico and the Gulf of Mexico, interacting with the mountains, the heating of the day, and this boundary, this stationary front, and that is focusing storms. We've got heavy rain right now around Denver. We expect more rain for you tomorrow. There's a flash flood watch right now in the Mile High City. Any additional watches and warnings we will get out to you, and we will be monitoring this situation because we know you've been through some rough times in the Front Range the past week to 10 days. More of the same in Southern California. Another scorcher on tap for Tuesday. Temperatures cracking the century mark out through the beautiful San Fernando Valley, Van Nuys, Chadsworth. You had another record today, and more of the same tomorrow. No big changes in Texas, Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, more of the same. Only maybe a 15 or 20% chance of a thunderstorm. There goes our low off the coast. Once it goes on by, again, the door opens up for some beautiful weather Wednesday and Thursday. Talking about the risk of flooding, again, locally heavy rainfalls, the Wasatch Front up towards Yellowstone. If you're hiking or camping, you're going to have to watch out there. Also, Denver, right along I-25, Denver, Fort Collins, and Colorado Springs. Back east, most of the rain will be out of the way except for the northeast quarter, where you may get a couple of inches of rain around Boston, Worcester, and Framingham before the storm pulls out to sea. Behind the storm, the circulation like this around low pressure and like this around high pressure clockwise, that will pull down the cool air. Morning lows, Marquette, you'll be in the 40s. It's already in the upper 50s there. To the south, it's typical summertime weather with another hot day, especially in the west on Tuesday. But look at these high temperatures. We're talking about the hottest time of the year. So get the sweaters and jackets out, especially in the morning hours. We'll have some lows, no doubt, in the mid to the upper 30s. After all, nights are getting a little bit longer. Wednesday's highs in the mountains in New England in the 60s. Won't be long before the colors show up on the leaves with cool weather like this. No big changes for Thursday and Friday. We still have that jet stream flow right out of Canada, so temperatures will be running at or below average. Not quite as hot in Dallas. The hot stuff continues in the southwest up through the Sacramento Valley of California. And as we wrap up the week and go into the weekend, the 90s, really hard to find unless you're in Texas or over towards Phoenix and Palm Springs. Beautiful weather continuing along the northeast quarter. Showers and thunderstorms out of the way. Thursday, the big concert, Garth Brooks in concert in the park in New York City. And the Weather Channel blimp providing live coverage for HBO. You'll see the blimp there. Looks like some pretty good weather for the concert. Then as we get into Friday and Saturday, we'll have this front right across Texas, focusing more showers and thunderstorms there. Then on Saturday, another front will invade the upper Midwest with a risk of rain in Minneapolis, St. Paul, and eventually into Chicago. Next on WeatherScope, severe weather tonight. We have seen tornadoes on the ground southwest of Cleveland. We'll check that radar out of Cleveland coming up in a few minutes. Stay with us.